It was out of a time of setback, a time of trial that we all faced together, that Vero Bible Fellowship came into play. I had gone through a difficult time in a church and was wounded very deeply, not only me, but my wife, my children, and so many people that were wounded. We thought, let's find a place where we can just meet with people for the purpose of prayer. And it started out, I called up Glenn Strunk from Strunk Funeral Homes and said, Glenn, do you have a room that we could borrow just so people could come and we can kind of help people heal from some pain? And he said, I sure do, and you use it as long as you want, and there's no rent. And so we started in a funeral home.
I think there was really a heart for ministering to people, because there were people hurting, and just to kind of come alongside people to minister to them in their time of need and focus. And then it seemed like the Lord just began to move in ways that He was drawing people together. He was putting, I felt just a desire in Greg's heart to serve people in some capacity. And so we began meeting, and it's sort of this informal thing that started as something that was just, helping people in a hard time, grew into a small church, essentially.
More people would say, I need that. And before you knew it, the room was filled. And we just knew that God was raising something up. We just decided, Lord, if this is what you're doing, we want to join you. We didn't have it in our hearts to do it, but we could see what God was doing. And so that's been really the mantra, so to speak, of the spiritual leaders of Vero Bible Fellowship, the elders, is that we only want to join God in what He's doing. We were packed out in this little plaza next to the funeral home, and the Lord opened the door. I mean, the Lord opened the door for us to go to Storm Grove Middle School. I didn't know it at the time. None of us did, but Scott Walker set up a meeting with the principal, and they said, it's yours. You can have our cafeteria to use. We felt like the Lord just kind of opened the door for us. We had no clue. And we were there for 4.5, 5 years, and what a great experience. And at the same time, while we were going to church, and without pushing, without trying to do a capital campaign, a pledge drive, we were storing up funds. We had a finance team made up of these godly men who walked by faith. They weren't just good business people, but they were men of faith. And they were faithful to steward God's resources well. And before you know it, we have over $1 million saved up, so that when this door opened, we were ready to move. And so I remember when we were looking at another location in town along with this one, and it was John Foster, our attorney, who's a dear friend and a godly man. And we said, John, what do we do? And he says, well, what I would suggest is that the elders gather at the property that you're currently looking at and have prayer and ask the Lord if He is in this. And we did. We gathered right out front. We circled up with finance team members, and each one spoke after prayer, and we had an absolute sense of peace that God was in this. And now we have this facility that has been completely renovated. If people could only have seen what it was like before. And God did such a mighty work through this body, using the hands, using the minds, using the resources, using the skills of the people to lay the floor, to paint the walls, to paint the outside, to everything that we have has come through faithfulness of people who love God and love and believe that God's in this project of raising up Vero Bible Fellowship. And so we're the recipients of something that's so beautiful. I mean, I look at our church today, And the church isn't built on a man. It's not built on any personality. This is the Lord's church.
I thought if the last 6 years is any indication of what he's doing for Vero Bible Fellowship, hold on and enjoy the journey. Because as long as we're willing and obedient, sky's the limit for him.